You're watching 40 Entrepreneur Drive.
As I look at this sky, I think about how grateful and thankful I am for the beauty of the world and the freedom to move about in it. I'm thankful for making it to work on time and having a really good night. And I'm always thankful for the sensor in my key fob that helps me find my car in this parking lot every morning. Good morning. How are you? Welcome to 40 Entrepreneur Drive. My name is Kenya. Hello. This is my channel where I talk about my path and my journey to entrepreneurship while maintaining my sanity. Check out previous episodes for that information, that backstory. Maintaining my sanity, taking care of my family, and holding down a full-time job that requires mucho overtime. So in the beginning there, you saw the beautiful scenery that I see when I walk out of the doors at 6 a.m. after working midnights. And it is always a great feeling. I still wish I had a little bit more time to dedicate towards my business, crafting the perfect marketing and the perfect advertising and website so that I can grab the attention of the traffic that I want and get the sales that I need so that I can bloom, blossom, and grow and to be the best that I can. But, it's okay. I have been up since February of this year, 2019. And in a previous video, I talked about an opportunity where I could become part of a case study for Ty Lopez. If you don't know who he is, look him up. He is a marketing and business guru. Unfortunately, I was found ineligible for the program, and I think it's mainly because I'm not yet making money, and that's okay. So I was talking to one of my coworkers tonight, and I try to stray away from bringing up what I do outside of work while I'm at work. One, the mentality here is one of complacency, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I work for a company that I do not name for the protection of my own livelihood, because even though I'm not saying anything negative that would conflict with my employment here nowadays, in these days of social media, different companies are protective of their livelihoods, and so I don't want to ever mention where I work, as it may affect my my job. But needless to say that I do work for a company that is sought after in the United States for people interested in warehouse factory types of jobs. And when we get them, we're secured the benefits of decent to really good pay, depending on pay scale, depending on what you're doing inside the facility, and really good benefits. And yeah, so it's not something that people oftentimes walk away from. So when I do go to work, there's many people who are happy just the way they are, just where they're at, and that's okay for them. If you're happy at your job, you're blessed. You're really blessed, and there's no reason for you to do anything to, leave the security, satisfaction, and happiness of your job. But when you're not happy, like me, when there's this gnawing feeling inside of you that you got to do something different, what do? Do you brush it off as just a phase that you're going through? Do you chalk it up to, fantasy, daydreaming, pie in the sky? Do you talk about it and joke about it as if it's nothing serious and you're not planning on taking it seriously? Or do you actually attempt to do something to, I don't know, maybe venture out, try something new, try something different, or try something in addition to your job? I'm one of those people where I feel like if my heart is calling me somewhere else, even though where I'm at is good, it's not good enough to hold me there. I don't know what that is. Some people may call it stupidity. Some people may call it foolish. Some people may call it, I don't know. But some people, me personally, I've been feeling this gnawing feeling for the longest that I don't belong here. I don't belong here. I don't want to do this. Despite the compensation package, I'm not happy. And I've talked to some of my coworkers and they've said, well, nobody likes their job and nobody wants to be here, but nobody wants to show up. And that makes me feel so sad for the state of people in the United States of America, where I live, where we talk about freedom so much and we talk about the ability to do so many things and live the American dream or whatever your dream is and just fulfill your life's destiny and purpose. And this is like the greatest place to be able to do that. So why is it that when we do get in a place that we're comfortable and I guess there's security there, or perceived security, why do we feel such a fear to give it up and try something else? There's a saying that with great risk, how does the saying go? The risk is great, but the reward is greater, something like that. But at the same time, I'm not a fool. I'm not just going to up and quit my job without at least having something else lined up. So here I am. I'm still working, still doing my thing. This is July. So at the end of this month, July 31st, I actually will have completed 19 years. I will have completed 19 years at this facility with this company. And I'm pretty much vested. I'm invested and I'm vested, meaning with the skills that I could have picked up in other places I do not have, but all the skills that I have are specified to where I'm at, and I can't think of anywhere else where I could take them. And I'm invested in it because of all the time I've put in, and I'm vested because of the pension and healthcare and medical things that I talked about in my choices video several videos back. So I'm still here, but you know what? It's good to dream. It's good to imagine possibilities. It's liberating to think that there are other options. Even if the options don't work out, don't pan out, failed, weren't what you thought they were, you're disillusioned by the end results. Just having that option is so liberating and freeing. And I just wish there was that idealism, that freedom just to think of other in my workplace. There's a lot of miserable people where I work, and I don't say that to down my job or to down the people, but you can see in a lot of people's actions, personalities, faces, just the way that they come in, they're not happy either, but they're not happy and they're not doing anything about it, or they're not happy, or but they've just really accepted it, that this is all there is. It's not like they've accepted the fact where, well, I've tried this and I've tried that and I've tried this. Okay, well, here I am. Like, my dad used to tell me this saying all the time. When you aim high, shoot for the moon. And if you fail, at least you'll be among the stars. So if you shoot high and you don't make it, at least you're in the realm of something much better than if if your expectations or your goal was low. But I feel like most of the people that I work with, there is no expectation. There is no goal. There is no shooting of the arrow. There is nothing beyond the four walls that we see and where we're at and where we've been, and there's nothing else out there. And to me, that is such a sad way to be. Sad way to be. So, okay, maybe you don't want to have your own business, but what about a hobby? What about a sports league or sports club? What about volunteering? What about dedicating time to spend with your family or doing something that gives you some purpose in your life? Many people that I work with just don't do that. We're talking about, and when I say we're talking about, I don't mean I'm talking about, because I don't watch TV, but we're talking about Netflix and TV shows and reality shows and the Grammys and the Emmys and the whatever else is out there. It's like, that's the focus. The reality of this place where I'm at, where it's drudgery and no room for growth and no room for recognition and no room to explore more skills or who I am as a person. And then we go home and we live in this non-reality, this fiction, this created diversion, which I'm not down in TV, I'm not down in entertainment. If that's your thing, that's your thing. But there's got to be more than that. Work, sleep, TV. Work, sleep, TV. And so when I go to work, that's the only thing there is to talk about. It's like, did you see that show? Did you see what she was wearing? Did you hear what she said? Or did you see whatever? And I'm like, I don't watch TV. I don't watch TV. Well, what do you do? I have an eBay stores, which what I usually say. I don't like to go into the other stuff because people can be kind of either dismissive or kind of, they try to be like a hater. Sometimes indirectly, sometimes very directly. Or they can just be kind of a Debbie Downer and like, oh, well, that wouldn't work. And why would you spend all your time doing that? And that might work, but you're not going to get the benefits and pay that you get here. And it's just not very encouraging. But it's liberating. For me, it's liberating to have that dream, to have that goal. The way that I feel when I walk out of the building and I see that sky and I see those beautiful watercolors, just fade across the sky and lighten and change, and then the sun is here and it's daytime. That feeling of life, that's the feeling I get when I work on my business. Even though I'm not making money, right now it's probably considered more of a hobby than an actual business since I'm not making revenue. I don't know. I say that because the IRS, they define your business on, I guess, partly how much money you make and your intention. Are you doing it as a hobby, something just to do, or are you doing it with the intention to make money? And I'm doing it with the intention to make money, but even though I'm not, man, it's still fulfilling. I'd be that much more fulfilling when my pockets are filled. Tell you that much. Once my pockets are filled, I will be a happy camper. Yeah, yes, I will. But until then, just the act of doing, the act of living out my dream, may not be your dream, may not be his dream, her dream. The fact that I have hope that it could work out, that it will work out, even though they don't think it will work out, even though they have proof that most, businesses fail, which may be a fact, but maybe it won't be my fact. Even though, I feel so good. I feel so good about what I'm doing with myself. We even got on the topic of working out, health and working out, me and this coworker that I was working with last night. And I don't know, sometimes the advice that people give, it's just not advisable. Check out my Instagram page. I put a post on there a couple days ago about, I've been eating really healthy lately, right? Salads and fruit, nuts and seeds, nothing but water and green tea. Hey! But when I bring these big Tupperwares of fruit to work, all of a sudden people want to say, that's a lot of sugar. Oh, watermelon, that's not as healthy as you think it is. Blah, 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 blah. But when I'm eating Snickers and donuts and honey buns and all this other really not healthy stuff from the vending machine, nobody's making commentary. Nobody's telling me how much sugar is in there, or how much sodium is in the pop, or how much sodium is in the chips, or, the trans fats and all. Nobody's making these comments. But when they see you trying to make a change and a difference in your life, a positive change, all the advice comes out of the woodwork. And it's really interesting and frustrating. So, however, we got on the subject matter of working out. I have a gym membership. I haven't used it, but I've got it. I'm going to get there. I do plan on using it. And we were talking about, me and this other coworker, we're talking about making the time to do it. He goes after work. I could go after work. I could be going right now. But where I've moved in the last 3 years, it's 20 minutes in one direction or 20 minutes in the other direction. And then add the time to go back home if I'm going to the gym right after work. And I could do that. I probably will end up doing that, but I don't want to do it right now because I'm dedicated to my dream, my goal. Do you know, this individual had the nerve to pretty much teasingly, jokingly, just kind of rag on me about, how much I didn't. Well, if you don't take care of yourself, you're going to be like this, and this. Or, maybe if you took better care of yourself, you would feel better. Or, just really weird. You can make the time if you want to make the time. You can go if you really wanted to go, if you were disciplined enough to go. And I'm thinking, dude, I know discipline. If nobody else knows discipline, I know discipline. But, sometimes you can't and you shouldn't try to prove yourself right to somebody, because they're on the outside looking in. They don't know what you know. They don't feel what you feel. They don't have what you have. So you have to take it with a grain of salt. And I'm getting so much better at that. I really am. In the past, I would have gotten so upset about, being accused of being lazy. Am I lazy, y'all? I ain't lazy. But, hey, it is what it is. And it is one person's opinion versus my reality. So, yeah. I'm pretty happy. I'm doing so much better. Several weeks ago, when I was really in the pits, really in the downswing of my depression, a lot of that came from the continued failure and or stagnation that I've been experiencing with the business. Because I really do want to leave. I want to leave where I'm at on my terms. I want to make money. I want to be a successful businesswoman. I want to stop saying that. Well, I don't want to stop saying that. We had another conversation. I won't go off into that, but my coworker and I had another conversation that was talking about kind of how some people give entrepreneurs a bad name. They use the word too much. They're spending all their energy on something that's not making money. But then they're not able to take care of themselves. They're depending on other people. They're wasting a lot of money. They're wasting a lot of time. And they're really just throwing the word around. And I never want to be one of those people. Right now, I'm at the point where I'm not making money. But I'm wise enough to keep my job so that I can, take care of myself. Anyways, the whole purpose of this video is just talking about freedom. Just the freedom of movement, the freedom of thought, the freedom of dreaming, the freedom of having a goal, the freedom to try, the freedom to fail, the freedom to succeed, the freedom to, just do things on your terms. Do it your way. If it turns out, you can take the credit for it. If it doesn't turn out right, you can still take the credit for it. That is freedom. The freedom to not be afraid of trying, and the freedom of not, the freedom to not be afraid of other people's judgment and criticism. And man, it took me 41 years to get here, but I'm so glad that I'm here. I'm so glad that I'm here. And I'm so glad that you're here on this very long way home that I'm taking today. Sometimes I like to take the scenic route just to enjoy nature, enjoy a little bit of the quiet space, and decompress, give myself the opportunity to leave all that behind and prepare my mind for what I'm going home to, which is, the responsibilities of being a parent and other stuff I got to do in my business. I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed talking about the subject. It's just what was on my mind today. I've got to, what I really want to do, I'll talk about it in another video because this one's already too long, but I want to do some more physical stuff at home to reorganize my products for Sleep Goodies. If I've got some time this weekend, which is only one day off, remember? If I've got some time this weekend, I'm going to revamp the website again, maybe see what I can do to put some type of marketing stuff out there for free, because I'm still really not able to hold the budget for the marketing. And also I'm thinking about opening up a YouTube channel, especially for Sleep Goodies. If you don't know, or if you remember, I was doing sleep live streams. So it's daytime now. I should be going straight to bed and I'll be going to sleep. And it's an opportunity for me to connect with people who like to watch other people sleep, and also a great way to show off my Sleep Goodies brand. So I've got some things that I want to get together so that I can give more exposure to Sleep Goodies, show the products that I use to go to sleep, and offer you guys a chance to see how it's working out for me by way of watching me sleep. So actually, sleepgoodies.com is actually already a channel that I created. If you want to check it out, it's empty. Or if you want to, reserve your space as one of the first people to subscribe, go ahead and do that. I'm probably going to release like a little sort of kind of trailer video to the channel. So I've already got that little short video made. I'll probably put it out in the next couple of days. But for you watching right now, this is your preview of Sleep Goodies, the channel. I've got a lot of remodeling to do because I want it to be a really nice experience for the people watching. And I want to feel a lot more comfortable than I was in the past, where things were just kind of meh. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I'm so happy to be here. I'm happy to be back to my old self. Yes! I'm back, y'all. I'm backity back, and I'm back, y'all. And I'm backity back. Yes, this Kenya in the house, and she's not quiet like a mouse. She's loud and proud, and oh, she's rowdy. This is how I look, real pouty. I've never been a really good rapper. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video, okay? Bye! Sharing this video will allow you to discuss the topic with others. Subscribing will bring more videos your way. Smashing that like button will make you feel good inside. Trust me.